Hello friends, welcome to learning sessions, and today in this video we are going to discuss about the second part related to module A of ABFM, and this particular video series is going to be in English. So if you are going to prepare for CAIIB and you're looking for the English videos, this is a perfect place because we are going to upload each and every single video related to ABFM in English over there. And if you want to get full course of CAIIB in English or Hindi mixed English language, you can simply be navigating to our website iibf.info, and for the you can simply just enroll into the course by 31st of December, because by 31st of December the course for 1 year of the validity will be available just at 1999. So do enroll right now and start preparing for the same. And there's a one good news more, that if you want to access all the PDFs free of cost, you simply need to sign up on our website CAIIB.learningsessions.in. The link is also available in the description below. So do sign up over there, access the PDFs free of cost, and for that would be it. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also press the bell notification icon so that you get updated whenever we upload the new videos over there. So let's start the session over here, and today in this video we are going to discuss about the planning. Now, I told you about the functions of the management over there. It was particularly related to that we were basically concerned about the planning over there. And after the planning, it was related to what? It was related to controlling, and further it was related to what? It was related to staffing, and further directing, and all the things were there. So total 5 functions are there, and we are going to discuss first of all it's related to planning over here. So planning is the primary function of the management, which is actually followed by the other functions over there, but it is closely related to it. It is closely related to the controlling over here, right? And further it's just related to that what we want to do and how we are going to do, where we are going to do, and who is going to do that. It basically related to all those questions which are solved in the planning over there. And as per the Kuhns and O'Donnell, it was related to planning actually bridges a gap that where we are right now and where we want to be. Okay, so that's actually definition which was given by the Kuhns and O'Donnell over there, because it makes the possible things that what are good, the things which are going to occur while those are to be executed over there. Now let's have a look at the characteristics and features of the planning over there. It says that the planning includes, it's a managerial function, it is goal oriented, it is pervasive because it is universal, it is available anywhere, it is basically available everywhere over there, in each and every department, each and every functionary over there, it is available over there. And it's a continuous activity over there. It's an intellectual process, because once you've started planning, you need to do what? You need to do the brainstorming, that what things are to be done, what things are not to be done, what are the different alternatives. You have to pick the right things out of the same things over there. That's basically all related to the planning over there. And also it is done for an anticipated event over there, that it is futuristic. It is particularly futuristic over there, and you have to do the decision making over there, right? Further, as I told you, it is pervasive, it is futuristic over there. After that, it's related to, let's have a look at the order, that how the things gonna work in the case of planning over there. Let's have a look at it over here. So it says, first of all, it's related to what? It's related to opportunity analysis. Now whatsoever the opportunity which is available over there, you're going to basically access that thing. And after that, once you have basically established your objective that this thing is to be done, you have to plan accordingly. So it's related to objective establishment over there. So this is the first thing. And further after that, this is the second thing over there. And third, and it's related to what? It's related to, you want to plan the premises, that what things are to be done. Premises are basically kind of the strategies that you need to form over there. And after that, you will be looking for the different alternatives which are available. Let's say the case for doing one thing, 5 methods were available. We will be evaluating each and every method over there, and we'll be finding out what method is actually the best one over there, and that will be forming the 7th step over here. That will actually be forming the 6th step, not the 7th one. It would be related to 6th step over here. So it's the 5th one, and it's the 6th one over there. After that, you have to basically formulate the directive plan, that how to execute using this particular alternative over there. That's your 7th step. And 8th one, it's related to, you have to follow up that particular plan over there. You have to review that particular plan, and further we have to check whether the established things were particularly accomplished or not. That's your 9th step. So this is how it works in case of the planning over there. So step 1, it's always related to what? It's always related to the business opportunities which are available. Are we having the sufficient opportunities which are available over there? Yes or no? That's related to what? That's related to the first thing of the planning over there. That's the first step. And after that, we need to establish the objectives, that whether the objectives are there, because we need to basically establish the objectives as per the organization in full or as per the departmental factors over there. And these can be for the long term, this can be for the short term. We have to basically have the assumptions based upon the same, that what assumptions are there and what are the premises over there. Premises is kind of the thing that you basically need to follow, right? That's actually kind of thing. Okay. And for the step 4, it's related to, we need to identify the alternate. Like I told you, it's related to identify the alternates over there, because once you're having the alternate, you're basically going to have the best alternative out of it. You need to evaluate those alternative over there, and the best and the most feasible plan will be chosen out of this. That was the step number 6 over there. And once you have chosen the plan, you have to implement it, you have to follow and review over it. And for the last step, it was related to what you have to check whether your target is accomplished or not, right? Further, now let's have a look at the importance of planning. It's basically SMART. It's related to SMART. Why it is SMART? Because it's related to, SMART is an acronym over there which basically stands for specific. It must be specific. We must be having the specific goals. Whatsoever you are planning, it must be quantifiable. You must be able to measure it. It must be achievable. It should not be like that I want to have a turnover of 100 crore, but it's not achievable. It means nothing. It means nothing over there. Okay, so you must be keeping in your mind that whatsoever the targets you are having, whatsoever the planning you are going to make for you, it must be achievable over there. It must be realistic. It must be realistic, and you must be having a timeline related to it, that in what time period you want to achieve it, right? That's the thing related to it. So planning actually helps us in identifying our goals. We can be identifying our goals over here, and also it offers a directions over there, because particularly when you're having a plan, it will lead to what step we need to follow. Like, let's say the case, I'm having this particular plan to execute this particular thing. Like, let's say the example, I want to basically shoot a YouTube video. Okay, now I'm having a plan for the same. Now I'll be having the different steps, that what steps are to be followed. So it will be giving me what? It will be giving me directions over here. It will be giving me directions that what steps need to be followed so as to basically fulfill or execute that particular plan over there. And also, let's say the case, when it gives me directions, I'll also get to know what are the different issues in that particular plan when I'll be going to execute them, because you will be able to find out the problems which are associated, the issues which are associated, and moreover, you can tackle the uncertainties over there. And also, the planning adds a professionalism. When I'm already aware that I am to basically do the things, I'm to execute the things, I'll be handle them professionally. Okay, so wasteful activities will be discarded in this particular process of planning over there. It also gives you a perspective. It also promotes the innovative ideas over there, because once you're known that you have to execute this thing, you can basically brainstorm over the particular thing, that how those things are to be executed. Okay, so that's the fundamentality to it. After that, it's related to what are the advantages of the planning. Now, what are the advantages of planning? First of all, you can be coordinating the various activities. Definitely, when I'm having a plan, I can be integrating the multiple activities into one. I can be coordinating the multiple activities over there. That's the first benefit. Second one, it's related to optimization usage of resources. You're having the limited resources, but now you can have the optimum usage of the resources over there. That's the second thing. And the third one, it's related to inspiration and responsibility. Now, let's say the case, I'm having a plan, I want to execute one thing, and let's say the case, it involves 5 people. I have basically given the different duties and different responsibilities to those particular persons over there. Now, it will give them a sense of responsibility that we are to execute this thing because it was according to plan, and we are to execute those things accordingly, right? That was the main thing related to it. And for the establishment of the execution principle, that how the things are to be executed, because once you're planning something, let's say the case, we are to cross a road and we are planning accordingly. Now, in that particular scenario, you'll be looking for the procedures, that what procedures is to be followed so as to execute this particular plan over there. Those are the execution principles, and it's quite important to look for the same. So those are the execution principles. Further, it's related to adaptability. Adaptability is related to what? Let's say the case, there is some uncertainty. Now, when there is uncertainty, there must be some uncertainty principles which must be there, because you have already brainstormed. Let's say the case, I wanted to achieve 1 lakh followers on my Instagram page, but there was uncertainty. The Instagram algorithm just changed. I was already prepared for the same, that the algorithm could be changed right now. Okay, so I have to basically go further. I'll be adapting myself so as to basically to deal with the uncertain events over there, right? Further, It's related to the basic advantages of the planning process. So what is the basic advantage? Definitely it's related to, it reduces the uncertainty. Uncertainty is not basically mitigated, but it is reduced, right? And moreover, you are having more focus on your objectives and your goals. It's particularly more economical to you. It facilitates control, team spirit is there, improves motivation, and encourages innovation and creativity. It avoids the random activity because you have already planned the things, so it's not related to you'll be doing the random activities. You'll be performing as per the plan only, right? And further, it improves the competitive strength. Your competitive strength is improved. Now one person was basically following some random path over there, the other person is following some particular path, right? These steps are to be taken. This part is to be executed in lesser time. It will take lesser time, and it will be more professionalism. It will be more professional over there when you'll be executing the task over there. So that's the main benefit of doing what? Doing planning over there. And also it focuses attention on objective, and it basically focus on the results too. And also it establishes a basis for the teamwork, because in the team each and every person is now aware what task is to be executed by them in what manner over there. It also helps anticipate the problems, and whatsoever the uncertainties are there, we can cope up with those also. And the better coordination is there. And what is the disadvantage? The disadvantage related to what? Forestall the activity. Now the activities are already planned. No one will be looking for the innovation. No one will be looking to the innovation if the persons are too rigid that we need to follow the plan, we need to stick to the plan, we need to do this, we need to do this. There will be no innovation. People won't be think over. The people will be just doing as per the plan over there. They don't basically be using their own brains so as to think for the same. And also it's related to forestall adaptability, because they will be doing what? As per the plan only. If there is no scenario event casted in the plan over there for the uncertainty, people will be basically trashed. They will be won't be basically doing anything for the same, because it is as it is, right? After that, it's related to hindrance innovativeness. As I've already told you, innovation won't be there, right? And forceful activity basically is also said to be, it is said to be the death by plan over there. Why it is said to be death by plan over there? Because it may be the case that the managers are just into planning over there. They are planning, and they're just planning, and they're not going to execute the things over there. And it is said to be what? It is said to be the death by plan over there. Just planning and nothing or doing or nothing executing. That is the death by plan, right? Further, it's related to basic disadvantages of the planning. It's related to, it may be the case that you're having the unreliable data, or reliable data is not available. It may be the case you are very much rigid. It may be the case you are very much rigid related to that we are to follow this plan only, nothing much more to be done. Okay, so that's it's related to. And definitely when you're planning, it's a time consuming process. It's not the case that it will be executed in a one day, or you can plan the things in just one day. It is a time consuming process over there. And definitely it's a costly process, because different managers from the different cadres or different departments, they will be all together and they will be brainstorming, and further time consuming sessions would be there. So it's a costly concern. And moreover, R&D is to be done. That is the research and development related to some particular subject is to be done, and so as to done to do that. So it's also costly process over there. Rapid change can be there. It may be the case that you have made a plan, but now the scenario is changed. You have to plan it again, and then the changes were there. It changed again and again and again. So it is a time consuming process, and the rapid changes could be there. It could also be the case that there is internal inflexibility, that you are planning the things, but your management is not allowing you to do the things as per that particular plan. It may be the case external inflexibility is there, that you have planned something, but the rules, regulations, or the laws of the land don't allow you to execute the things as such, right? And for us also, it could be the thing that the things you are going to do are expensive enough, and it's also related to that if you're going for change, there must be resistance to change over there, right? Now, if we look at the types of the plans over there, so far you have understood that what is plan, how it is to be executed, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages. You have learned them all. Now it's related to types of the plans over there. Now the plans could be of two types. One, it is related to single use plan, and the other one is related to standing plan over there. Now single use plan, as the name suggests, it is going to be used for the one time event only, and the event is not recurring in nature. It is non-recurring, right? And the plan is to be used for one time only, right? And further, this could be also a short term plan, it could also be long term plan, depending upon the type of the project over there, right? And further, if we talk about the standing plan is actually used for the activities which are going to reoccur regularly at some after interval of the time over there, right? That's particularly standing plan over there. And standing plans may include the policies, procedures, methods, rules, all may be included in that particular case over there. Now, what is the limitation of planning? Now, as I've already told you, we have already discussed it under the disadvantages also. There may be some rigidity. It may be the case that people are resisting to the changes over there. It may be it may not be dynamic, because when you're planning, you are planning keeping some assumptions in mind. You're planning keeping some assumptions in mind or some hypothesis in mind, but it may be the case that the scenarios out in the world may change. Okay, so that's a limitation. And also it reduces the creativity. It involves huge cost. It is expensive. It is time consuming. It does not guarantee success. Whether you are planning like anything, like I have planned for each and everything, but it may fail. Over there, right? Now let's understand MBO. Now MBO is what? It is management by objective. Now what do we mean by management by objective? Let me just give you one example over here. Let's the case I'm having my Instagram account, and further on my Instagram account I want to get 1 million followers. Okay, so that's my objective. Right now, for that particular case, I just gathered a team. There were different persons in my team, A, B, C, D. I told them the different things, that these things are to be done, and this is our main objective. That was particularly communicated. The main objective was communicated. Now they are to execute the tasks accordingly. They will be executing the tasks over here, whether they will be doing such things or they will be basically doing posting or something. What sort of work is to be done? The work will be done. Right now they will be doing things keeping in mind what is the objective, so as to have 1 million followers over there. They will be executing these tasks over there. So that is what? That is actually management by objective over here. Is that clear? Is that point clear to you? Okay, so that is what? That is management by objective over there. Now it is a case related to strategic management model can be there. Why strategic management model? Because there is a strategy related to achieving an objective over there, and it can actually be helping the company so as to achieve their primary objectives, and so as to basically defining their primary objectives, and further so as to achieve those primary objectives over there. And MBO actually does what? MBO actually looks for the employee's main objective. That this is the person A which we hired, and we gave him a task that this particular objective is to be achieved. This particular objective is to be achieved. Now the person is having the one task only, whether his personal intent is solved or not. He's just given one task that you are to basically achieve this thing, right? This is the thing that you need to follow, and we'll be looking for that particular thing only, right? That is actually MBO, right? Now, as per I gave you the example, same example is quoted over there. Now employees was first gathered, and further they determined the performance gap, that what is to be achieved over there. Everyone's role was defined, right? What things are to be done by what person over there. Now leaders will be looking forward that whether we have achieved the target over here or not. That's the thing related to MBO over here. Now it's related to what? It's related to establish or alter organization goal. Now whatsoever the goal we were having, that is to be established over here. That is to be established over there. That's the first step over here. That's a first step related to the same. And the second one is related to what? Communicate the same objective to your team, to your employees, so as to set their priority, right? Now we need to encourage the participation from the staff over there. We'll be encouraging them that you need to do this task, you need to do this task, and if you'll be doing this task, I'll be giving you this much perks over there. These benefits will be given to you. That's basically encouraging them. Now when they are basically starting doing the task, we'll be monitoring the progress. We'll be doing what? We'll be monitoring the progress, and that's a step number 4 over here, that we are going to monitor the progress. And the last one is related to what? It's related to we will be evaluating the things. The last one is related to we are going to evaluate the things, if the things are being done in the right manner, if there is no deviation, and we'll be giving the rewards accordingly over here. This is actually related to what? This is actually related to MBO, that is management by objectives over here, right? Now what are the advantages? Definitely there is a teamwork, because the team is already aware that these tasks are to be done and this objective is to be achieved, and based on achievement of such objectives or accomplished of such objectives over there, they are going to be get the rewards over there. So there will be teamwork, there is improved communication and teamwork over there. And definitely MBO is casting the clear rule sets over there, the clear objectives are there. There is basically clarity related to objective, that this thing is to be achieved. So there is clear objective that these are the business goals which are to be achieved over there, so that the staff can be achieving it. Okay, and the next one, it's related to empowerment. Now when you're having the clear objectives related to your business strategy, that these things are to be done, now the staff at all the levels of the organization, they all will be involved, because they know this thing is to be done and only this thing is to be cared for. So they'll be doing such things over there, and definitely it will increase the efficiency, and people can look for the customizations related to that this task is to be done. Let's say the case, there was a sales team, and it was a target which was given that they are to achieve a per month sale. There was to achieve a per month sale of rupees 5 lakh. Okay, now they will be doing what? They will be altering the things, that how they were selling, how they were pitching the products over there. So they can do change as per the things over there, because it never matters how we're going to achieve it. It always just matters that you are to achieve this target. It just matter that you are to achieve this target. It never matter that by what manner you have achieved this target. It never even matters over there, right? So that's the main thing related to it. Okay, and definitely this a disadvantage also. So customization can be there, but disadvantages, there is a high pressure, because it's always quantifiable. You have planned the things, but it's quantifiable, and you're going to reward as per that criteria only. And for the impersonal, it may be the case the organization objectives are achieved, but your personal objectives may not be achieved over there. So that may be the case also. And also the lack of context, because MBO don't account for factors like motivation, resources, and it does not reflect the existing work of culture, conditions, etc. Right? And it is over focused only and only on the results over there, but not related to how the things are being done over there. Right? Further, it's related to plan components. What do you mean by plan components? What are the plan components? What are the different plan components over there? It's related to, they must be the goals related to it. You must be having the policies, procedures, that how the things are to be done. There need to be, you need to basically convey the methods, by what methods these things can be done. You must be having some budgeting related to, this is my funding, that this fund can be maximum be used, and further there must be a time schedule, in this time frame this task is to be done. There are some core values, mission or vision which is associated with the organization over there, that these are the core values which you need to follow. And also you look for the SWOT analysis. SWOT is what? SWOT is strength, weaknesses, which is for internal environment, and for the opportunities and threat is checking for the external factors over there, right? And further it's related to management, that you need to overall manage the things over there. So these are the plan components. These are the plan components. Whatsoever the plan it is, it must be comprising these all the components over there. Now let's have a look at the environmental analysis over there. Now we have basically covered the part related to environmental analysis, that is examining all the factors, both internal and external, can be basically looked into. And for the SWOT analysis is the best technique so as to do so. SWOT is what? SWOT is strength, weaknesses is for the internal factors, and opportunities and threats for the external factors over there, if there is internal or external factors. And for the external factors can be further of what type? The environmental analysis we look for, it is particularly of two types, that is it can be internal, and it can be external, right? The external can further be about, it can be general, that generally impacting the whole economy, or it will be related to specific, that it is impacting a specific industry only, right? So that may be the case related to it. Now after that, it's related to advantages of environmental analysis. Now definitely if you are basically going for environmental analysis, in that particular case it is going to help you so as to contribute to the accomplishing your goals over there. You can identify what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are the opportunities, what are the threats, and it can be helping so as to accomplish the goals over there. And definitely as I told you, we can analyze the potential dangers. Okay, it helps us to understand the development of the commercial environment around us. It creates a awareness of impending danger around us, and moreover we can basically be predicting about the future over there, what things are going to be there. We are going to forecast something, and it can help us the recognition of the potential dangers and the potential benefits over there, right? So environmental analysis, it helps in scanning, it helps in analyzing, it helps in forecasting and identifying over there. And it is said to be what? It is said to be FISA. FISA is basically related to what? Forecasting, and for the identification and scanning over there, and for the analyzing. So environmental analysis helps in this. All right. And further, it's related to PESTLE analysis. Now, PESTLE is basically acronym for what? Political, economic, and social, technological, legal, and environmental analysis over here, right? So it is actually a method. It is actually a method so as to evaluate the business environment and the political potential impact around us, right? And further, whatsoever these things related to PESTLE, these can have a huge impact on the performance of the organization over there. So these are particularly 6 internal factors. These are what? These are 6 internal factors that can have impact on your company. Okay, so these are what? These are political, economical, social, technological, legal, and environmental. First of all, it's related to what? It's related to PESTLE analysis basically involves 3 steps over there. And whatsoever the elements which are mentioned over there, whatsoever the factors which are mentioned over there, these can be having the positive impact, and also these can be having the negative impact over there. So there can be positive impact, there can be negative impact over there. There is no change related to it. So there can be positive impact and there can also be the negative impact over there. And further, it's related to, if we look for the advantages of PESTLE analysis, it's basically related to, it basically leads to cost effectiveness. It's an easy framework and we can deeply understand our organization, that what is the benefit, what is the loss, and further there can be development alertness related to it. We can basically be exploiting the opportunities around us, right? That's actually the advantage of the PESTLE analysis over there. Now let's have, first of all, look for the political factors. Now political factors related to what? If there is stability in the political environment, definitely it's a good thing for us. And definitely when you're entering a new market, let's say case I'm going to enter Singapore market. I'm going to enter the Singapore market for my new company over there, right? Now in that particular case, if there is political stability, definitely it's a good thing for me. But if there is political instability, that's not a good thing for me. I have to basically be very alert about it, okay? Because the government laws can be affecting the policies, and government laws can be affecting the policies and directly and indirectly they can be impacting the businesses too, right? And further, it's related to economic factors. Economic factors means what? Let's say case there is a increase in interest rates, let's say case there is decrease in interest rate, let's say case there are macroeconomic factors like increase in inflation or interest rate tariffs or growth rates, etc. Definitely it can increase the interest rate at what we borrowing or what we lending. So definitely it can impact the businesses over there. And the third factor, it's related to socio-culture factors. Now socio-culture factors do vary from the country to country because there are different languages, there are different religions, there are different age span, demographics, attitudes, and further there are different consumer behaviors which are there. Now when you're entering the different markets, definitely the different cultures are going to impact you. Let's in the case there's a company, named Indo Global. Let's say case there's a company named Indo Global. They entered Indian market. They're not they're having no idea related to Indian festivals or Indian cultures over there. Definitely this market cannot do well. This company cannot do well. Why? Because they are not aware of what opportunities which are available as per the Indian culture. Because the culture influences a lot of culture influences a lot of the things. Culture influences our buying habits, culture influences our necessities. Those all are basically having an impact, right? And the companies are to pay attention to what the social culture factors over there. And the further, it's related to technological factors. Now if you're having a very good technology, it will be reducing the production cost, and it can also be improving the quality of the product over there. Definitely if you're using a very good product over there, if you have basically providing a product at a very low cost, it can impact manifold your sales over there, right? That's the main funda related to it. And further, it's related to environmental factors. Now environmental factors, basically it's not just related to usage of raw material. No, previously it was just related to usage of raw material, that we are going to use a raw material, we are going to deplete the natural resources. This was a funda related to the raw material previously. Okay, this was related to the environmental factors, that we are depleting the raw materials over there. But it's not just related to raw material. We are also, I can say, if we are using the credit cards, we are using the plastic money, we are using the digital transactions over there. Definitely the footprint was, let's say case if we were using the checks. Now the check is made out of the paper, and paper comes from the wood and for the all the things. Now definitely if the paper is coming from the woods or the forest over there, it's going to impact the environment over there, right? But if you're doing the digital transaction, our carbon footprints are reduced now. Our footprints are reduced now. And definitely it's going to have a positive impact on the environment over there, right? And vice versa, the things, if you're not following, it can have a negative impact on the environment too, right? Further, it's related to legal factors over there. Now, legal factors related to what? It's related to the laws and regulations. Laws and regulations which are relevant to your organization. Let's say case we are going to set up a factory in some other country, but we are not basically aware of the different rules and regulations of that particular country over there. We're not basically aware of the laws and regulations of that particular country. In that case, if those countries' rules and regulations are not in line with our factory over there, they must be having a negative impact on us. Okay, and also if there is a regulatory change in the compliances, okay, definitely that can also be having a negative impact on us, right? So this was actually as per the PESTLE. So PESTLE was basically the set of 6 things. It was related to political, economical, socio cultural, technological, legal, and environmental factors over there. So this is the complete set of the internal things, internal factors over there, which can be having an impact on your organization working, right? Further, it's related to what? It's related to internal environmental analysis over there. In one internal environmental analysis, it's related to your physical resources like your plant, machinery, technology, your financial resources. It could be related to distribution of network, and further it could be related to possessing and strategic of strategic assets over there. Let's say case you have basically how do you acquire the raw material, what is the location advantage which is available to your company over there, what is the regulatory protection available to your company over there. It could be related to network or context that you're having. It could be related to intangible, that is your goodwill, your brand value, your reputation. Okay, it could be related to human resources profile, the skilled people that you're having over there, the people with more competencies with you're having. So it's actually related to what? It's actually related to internal environmental analysis. It's related to the internal environment analysis over there, the different things which basically comprise your internal environment. You're going to analyze all those things over here. After that, it's related to gap analysis. Now, what is actually the gap analysis? Now, let me just tell you, the gap analysis is actually a tool. It's actually a tool over there which basically does what? It does the assessment. It does the assessment which gives the organization the ability that the organization itself can identify the internal weaknesses. So what's some of the internal weaknesses? Let's say the case, I wanted to do this, but I'm only able to achieve this. Now, this is the gap. This is the gap that I'm having, and with the gap analysis I can be look forward that this is the thing that I must be paying attention to, and if I'm doing so, definitely I can do well, right? So that's actually related to gap analysis over there. Now for that particular case, we are having the strategy evaluation. Okay, what do you mean by strategy evaluation? Strategy evaluation is related to that whatsoever the strategy you were following, you're going to evaluate that particular strategy, that whether the strategy is going to be useful to you or not useful to you, so that each and everyone can understand this business strategy will be working well or not, right? And the second one is related to SWOT analysis, right? Looking for your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats over there. It basically accounts for internal and external factors simultaneously, right? And definitely it's going to be very much helpful over there. Now let's have a look at the planning premises and the constraints over there. Now, what do you mean by planning premises? What do you mean by planning premises? Planning premises means planning principles. Now, what principles, what strategies which we were following so as to serve for the best of the activity planning over there. Like I was to basically do some activity, and what principles I was basically looking for, that this must be planned as such this thing only. Now, basically, if I want to be rich, I can be rich by a lot of manners over there. I can basically rob a bank, right? I can rob a bank, but definitely that's not my principle which I'll be following. So it's related to what principles led to some particular strategy over there. Those are the planning premises over there, right? And further, it is a position of variables, that different variables related to what? Related to I want to achieve what? Let's say case, I want to be rich by 1 crore. That's my one premises. Now, by what manner I'll be achieving, that will be the principles. And for the what amount I want to achieve, that's one of my premises over there. So it is a projection of variables over there. It basically projection of variables, right? Further, it's related to evaluation of alternative course of action. Now, what do you mean by alternative course of action? It's basically related to what? That you must be having the different things. You must be having the different course of actions with you which you may follow, but you now need to select the best out of these. Best out of these are to be selected so that you can perform well. so that you can perform well. Okay, now this action is to be taken in such a manner which is easily achievable and which will be most fruitful to us. Okay, now what is the criteria for evaluating the alternatives? It must be cost effective, there must be profitability, it must be having a low break-even point, the market must be accepting that product, there must be sale potential related to that particular product, it must be having a competitive edge, and further it must be the product by which you'll be able to achieve your corporate objectives over there. You must be knowing to the strengths and weaknesses of that particular product, and there must be related to what is the time related to production, what will be the production time, and related to intuition about the success. What is the intuition? Let's say case I'm having intuition related to one product P1 that it is having a 70% probability of being in success, and for product 2 I'm having a probability of 85%. Definitely I'll be going for the product 2 over there because there is more intuition to me that I can be successful, right? And for the related to selecting the alternative, based on that we'll be selecting the alternative over there. Now it's related to finalization of the plan. Now the final process is related to what? That you are to select the plan so that you can be focusing on the main process over there, so that you can do when and ultimately you'll be executing the plan in that particular manner over there, and you'll be able to access, you'll be able to basically do the things as you wanted to do earlier, right? Further, it's related to contingency planning. Now what is contingency? Contingency means I wanted all the things to be good and good. I just planned one thing. Let's say case I planned one thing, and further I planned like this will be done, and this is my projection. After 3 years I'll be having 10 crores of my turnover and so on. But in between there come the COVID-19, which was basically not known to anyone. There came the COVID-19. Now when the COVID-19 was there, all of my plans failed. All of my plans just failed. Now I must be having some contingency planning, that in case of any of the external calamity or any of the other things which are not which are basically not expected, with the things which were not expected over there, that is a contingency. So I will be following my contingency plan over there, right? Further, it's related to forecasting and decision making. Now forecasting is basically related to what I want to predict or estimating the future over there. Now I want to basically look for the evidence which was over there in the past. I will be looking for the evidence which was available in the present over there, and as per that particular evidence in the past and the present over there, I will be predicting or forecasting the results for the future over there. That's forecasting over there. And further, it is not possible for forecasting to lessen the complexities. It is not the case that you can lessen the complexities for, and further you want to forecast the things, and further you can be predicting the futures over there. It is just related to that you're having just idea about the things, that these things may be behaving in such a pattern over there, right? And further, that's the thing related to it. And prediction serves as the foundation of the premises over there. Now when I'm saying that I want to achieve 15 crore of the turnover, now from where did this 15 crore turnover figure came? From where did this 15 crore turnover figure came? It must be the case that using the past and present data, using the past or present data, I have estimated or I have forecasted that after 3 years I can be having 15 crore of turnover there. Now this is the basis of my premises. Now forecasting is the basis of the premises. This is what we saying. Okay, this is what we saying over, right? Further, it's related to types of forecast. It could be the long-term forecast, which can be there for 3 to 5 years. It can be medium-term forecast. The long-term forecast can be for 3 to 5 years. And if we look for medium-term forecast, it can be greater than 6 months and up to 3 years. And if we look for a short-term forecast, it can be ranging from 1 month to 6 months over there, but less than 1 year, right? So that's the range related to long-term forecast, short-term forecast, and the medium-term forecast, right? If we look for the forecast advantages, definitely there is an advantage that you can have a leverage, you can have a deleverage, and further you can multiply your earnings if I'm maintaining the cash reserves over there. Okay, and further it's related to evaluation the variances. Now if you already can predict or you can forecast the things over there, that these things are going to be in such manner. Let's say case we are looking for asset liability gaps. We are looking for the asset liability gaps over here, right? And I predicted that after 1 year I'll be having the asset liability gap equal to 10 crore, and accordingly I was maintaining my reserves. Now definitely I can earn more because I've already forecasted the things over there, right? And ultimately it's going to benefit me. Okay, so these are the things that if you're evaluating the things or if you're forecasting things, if you're anticipating the things and you're managing the things accordingly, then definitely you can do much well. Further, it's related to disadvantages. Disadvantages related to what? unpredictable nature of economy. You never know how the economy will be behaving. It's not related to only some parameters are basically forcing the economy. It's just related to a set of rules, a set of things which you cannot even predict, which is very much dynamic in nature over there. And definitely if you're having the absence of historical knowledge, it may be the case that it will not be leading to right anticipation of forecasting over there. It could be related to deficiency of appropriate range of technologies over there. It may be related to your data is limited by the silent data over there. Silent data means the data which is actually saying nothing. Okay, that's actually the thing, that the data was not useful, but you were using so as to forecast the things over there. It may not be beneficial to you, right? And also for medium term forecast, it could be related to, it can be helping you for the budgeting or the business budgeting purposes over there. If we look for the short term forecast, I've already told you time range from 1 month to 6 months over there. And what are the advantages? It can be saving your time and money to so as to complete the project. If you're basically anticipating the things that this money may be required so as to complete some short-term project over there, definitely it can save your time and your money over there so as to complete the project over there. You can be assessing the current state of the company's finances using that particular case, and further connecting a performance scenario. You can do the performance scenario over there. That's also a benefit related. If you look for the disadvantage, definitely technology has a very high starting price tag, very high starting price tag due to its complexity over there, right? If you're basically started a project, I invested in the money into it, but I was not able to predict properly out of it, definitely it's going to be very much complex, and definitely I'm going to waste my money over there. Okay, so that's related to forecasting and all the things. And the payable account and the receiver account are both quite difficult to understand, that you cannot even predict that what will be payable at that particular manner, what will be the receivable at that particular manner, because it may be the case the person may default, right? So that is also, you cannot be predicting the thing precisely over there. That's what I'm going to say. And precision down to the granular level is required, but that is actually not possible, right? If I say that particularly how much receivables will be pending, how much payables will be pending, that is not predictable at that particular case. And late decision, if I'm doing if basically I'm forecasting, if I am forecasting, but I am forecasting lately, okay, the information is basically stale and now it's not useful, right? After that, it's related to decision making. Now decision making is actually related to what? So once you are having the different alternatives, now you have to select the best out of it, and that is the decision making over there. And it is a very prominent function of the management over there, so as to make the decisions for the different things over there. It's not the case decision making is used just for the planning part over there. It's also used for the directing purposes. It's also used for the staffing purposes, and other things also in the controlling also it's used. So decision making is not only confined to the planning part over there. Okay, and there are different hierarchy of decision makers. Like we have the top level hierarchy, we have the middle level hierarchy, we have the lower level hierarchy, and it could be a related course that the decision is being made by the groups over there. When the group of people actually they made the decisions, and it becomes very much comprehensive when we compare it to the decision made by the individual over there. Let's say case there were 5 persons in the team and they all are making the decision. It will be very much comprehensive because it basically conveys the rule set of each and every person over there. Okay, so that's basically the advantage related to it. So what are the advantages? Definitely there is thorough evaluation of each and everything, and definitely the decision implementation is easier, and the team spirit is enhanced because everyone feels that they were involved in decision making, right? And what are the disadvantages? It may be the case that if there are 100 people, definitely it will be very much time consuming and costly factor over there. And it may also be the case that there are disagreement between the different peoples that we don't want to go for this particular decision. It's your wish if you want to go for this particular decision. And it may be the case that one of the member of the team is not participating in decision making, or it may also be the case that one member of the team is actually very much dominating on the other members of the team over there, that whatsoever he has said it is to be followed, and no one else can basically participate in that particular manner over there, right? That may also be the case. So what are the various conditions for decision making? Let's have a look at it. First of all, it's related to certainty. It's related to certainty. Now what is basically mean by certainty? So if decision making person that exactly knows that what is going to happen, it is the condition of certainty, that I'm already aware that this is going to be happen over there. That's certainty. That's a certainty, right? And what do you mean by risk? Risk is particularly related to what, when you're having the partial knowledge with you or insufficient knowledge with you, and you're not basically able to make a perfect decision. So there's always a risk. Let's say the case that you're going to lend person A with an amount of rupees 100,000. rupees 100,000, right? Now in that particular scenario, the person may either pay you the amount in time, either the payment may be made in time, or it may also be the case that there is a default by in the payment. There be the default in the payment over there. Now in the second part, if there is default, there is definitely uncertainty. Now there is a risk involved in that particular condition over there, right? So that's related to risk over there, right? And further, the uncertainty means when the decision maker feels the probability of various estimated outcomes cannot be assigned. Like we are having the various estimated outcomes, but we think so that these estimated outcomes cannot be assigned to this particular person over there or this particular situation over there. That is called the uncertainty. So there are three things when we are basically totally aware of things that this is things is going to happen. That is certainty. When we don't know about the things or insufficient or outcome is precisely applicable, in that particular case there is a risk involved. And when we are not that outcomes cannot be basically be applied over there, cannot be assigned to this particular event over there, that's the uncertainty over there, right? Now let's have a look at the principles of decision making. Now let's have a look at the principles of decision making. Now principle of decision making says what? It says effectiveness of the process of decision making mainly relies on what? It always relies on the data which is available over there. Now if you're having a very good set of data which is available and you're having the good judgmental skills over there, definitely you can make a very good decision. And further, correct identification of issues will be leading to basically what? Will be leading to better decision making over there. If you're basically correctly identifying the issues over there, definitely you can do well and further you can reach with a better decision over there. And if principle of evidence is basically related to what? That based upon the things you have made a decision, if that thing is available over there, the decision made in such a manner will be much better as compared to the decision to such things where the principle of evidence was not available over there, right? And it's related to principle of identity. Principle of identity, if you basically say in the decision making process, it is very much important with an open mind that the viewpoints of all the peoples are involved in that particular scenario when you basically reach a final decision. It should not be basically monopoly must not be there. It's related to viewpoints of all the persons must be looked into when you're basically making a decision over there. Okay, so that will be all related to this particular video. I hope that you must have enjoyed the video. So if you enjoyed the video, do rate this video out of 10. And also let me just tell you that full course is available at our website iibf.info. So do enroll right now and start preparing for the same. You'll be getting access to the full course videos. You'll be getting the access to the case study videos. You'll be getting the and further with the case study videos, you'll be getting the access to the chapter wise previous year questions will be there. Chapter wise previous year questions will be there, and there will be mock test involved. Mock tests will be there, mega tests will be there, and also the e-PDF notes will be there. So do enroll right now and start preparing for the same. And these all the things are available at a very huge discount. Use the coupon code Ashish so as to get flat 82% off on all the listed courses. So that will be all. Thank you so much and see you again in the next video tomorrow.